John Cena recently wrestled his last match. He wrestled GUNTHER, who's personally one of my favorites, and I thought the match was pretty dope. There's a lot of controversy that centers the finish of the match, how the match ended, where John Cena, Mr. Never Give Up, tapped out. Honestly, the biggest thing that stood out to me was the smile on Cena's face before he tapped out. And to me, it's a big lesson in learning the difference between giving up and letting go. My name is Armond WakeUp. This is a Kairos Moment, and I want to use this moment to explain why everything is wrestling. Never give up has been John Cena's mantra for a long time. So much so that he earned the nickname Super Cena because the amount of punishment that he would take in his matches came off very unrealistic, and he would somehow find a way to win. A lot of people were saying he shouldn't have tapped out, he should have passed out like Stone Cold at WrestleMania. But again, I think the difference between a moment like that and a moment like this is the smile that John Cena had on his face. After trying everything he possibly could to get out of the sleeper, the smile was very subtle. The smile was very peaceful, very resolved, and then he tapped. I feel like never giving up feels powerful until it isn't. You know what I'm saying? Real life does not reward infinite endurance. At some point, this resilience becomes denial. You know what I'm saying? Many of us struggle with giving up too early. We struggle with not knowing when it's time to stop. And we end up giving up right before we experience a breakthrough. But what I saw was a concept that I've been working through this year with my therapist called radical acceptance. Radical acceptance is fully accepting reality as it is without trying to control or fix it. This kind of acceptance is not approval. It is a genuine walking out of it is what it is. And at its core, radical acceptance removes guilt. And in order to properly assess what you can control, you don't want that to be fueled by like judging yourself. You know what I'm saying? So John Cena's smile communicates a resolve, and it says like, yo, this chapter of my life is over. Because I feel like a lot of our anxiety comes from resisting reality. But then I feel like accepting reality, it creates movement. Like, okay, cool. What's next? You know, my old pastor used to say, you can't receive with clenched fists, right? Because if we get that ending where John Cena just passes out and he doesn't accept his fate, he leaves the door cracked. And I get it, right? Because in wrestling, we have seen many people retire only to come back years later. And many of them kind of like mess up their legacy a little bit. And this is something that we do pretty consistently in our own lives. We leave the door cracked. We won't let go of that backup relationship just in case the one you're in doesn't work out. We try to take old versions of ourselves into new seasons of our lives because we feel like we may need certain aspects or traits of that old self. You know what I'm saying? And it looks responsible. And I get it. You may not feel adequately prepared for like what's next, but the reality is you're confusing endurance for purpose. So I want to pose a question to you. What are you still holding on to because quitting looks like failure? And what is waiting on the other side of acceptance for you? My name is Armond WakeUp. This is a Kairos Moment, and this is why everything is wrestling.